to zip up pants, put pants on, tie up shoes, and live in a modern day first world country because of Black Americans. You want to sit up here and act like you gonna blend in, baby. We don't look like you. At the end of the day, I don't know what to tell you. How you gonna we don't look the same. We ain't the same. We not the same. And then they say that we not black. How you black don't means Africa? I don't know why people keep coming up with this black means Africa. You don't identify as black in those tribes that you came from. And not too long ago, you were saying that you're not even black. You looked at black like it was ghetto, it was everything else, and you would crown your face up. You be saying I'm exotic. All y'all. Not just Africans, all y'all melanated people was going around here black. I ain't black. Black. You frowned your face up. Did you think we forgot about that? Like we got amnesia or something? The fact that we came out, social media started coming out, and all these little TikTok pages and stuff came out, and they saw how Black American culture is and all the inspirational things we done around the world as far as our leaders and everything else. Now you want to be black. We lived this black way before when everybody was calling us ghetto, calling it all these names. We wore black and we made black what it is today. And I'll be dang if I let some funky, musty people come over here and claim black now that we made black what it is today. No, go be what you are. African. You're African. You're Caribbean. You're Haitian. You didn't want to be black then, so you don't get to wear that title now. And the fact that you said I was plain black, let me know that you're not the black. It was me. If anything, it started with us, black, because you called me plain black. Why would you call me plain black if I wasn't the ones? We wasn't the ones to come with black. You said plain black. You told on yourself. Period. And all these Pan-Africans want to vouch for, well, black is this and black is that and black ain't in their country, black ain't used in their tribe. They was crowning their face up not too long ago, talking about they ain't black. I ain't black. I'm from Jamaica. And now all of a sudden you want to be black now because we went through all the criticism. We went through all the mud. We went through everything to create this black, right? To create the meaning of black. Now here you come, want to colonize it after we went through trials and tribulations to make it what it is today. We're the only group of people that say we're black and we proud. We were the only group of people that use black motivation, black in our songs and everything else. Now you want to come over here and try to co-opt that when you didn't even give an F about the black word. We were the only group of people who did that. And here come you with your hand out because you can't come up with nothing for yourself, just like you did with reparations. You didn't care about reparations then. You didn't say nothing about reparations. Now all of a sudden, you want to talk about reparations? Then you want to act like you came up with reparations, like you was the one. It came to you first. The idea came. Like, did these people not just see us standing here before they came and got in our way? Like, be for real. How can they sit here and tell us stop blaming the white tea man for things that happen in America to us? But then they turn around and want us to have some empathy for them, talking about the white tea man over there stealing their resources, and that's why they can't become a first world country. They be just some dictators, you feel me? Like, get about my bias, you know? Oop, damn it. Shit. Biased people. Elijah Drake. I don't care about you posting your flag. And like they supposed to.
Hey, peace, Queen.
Anyway, what's good?
Hey, Queen, you are spitting hot fire. Yes.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, you hear me, Queen?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, Queen. I've been a fan of you ever since Tariq put a song about you. You are spitting hot fire. You are not saying anything correct. I said no. He put us on to you.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pardon me if I'm a little janky. I'm out here in Istanbul, Turkey.
Oh, no, you
So
good. You
just
good. You good.
yeah. Forgive the internet, but no, sister. Listen, I love your fire. You inspire me to talk the way I talk. If
That's
you
good.
hear me. Yeah, no. If you hear me, I tell people no. I get my talking points from you. Okay, like
Oh,
for real.
okay.
Because yeah, no. Because look, sister, and I'm not gonna take too long because I'm pretty sure maybe some other brothers and sisters want to jump in and chat with you too. But people don't realize this. These tethers should not be mad at us for the delineation. They need to be mad at this stink musty bastard, who I call a Matt, musty ass tether, Barack Obama. He got this whole thing started. Okay, we put his ass in office. And for 8 years, he sat on his musty ass and didn't do a damn thing for the foundational Black American community and everything like that. And he let us get slaughtered out there. You damn right we have every right to start going in on these people. No more. Dr. Khalid Muhammad once said, "No holds barred. Enough is enough." You understand that? All right. Matter of fact, you're not. If you can go even harder, because the way you're talking about the Africans, specifically them, I don't even want to address them as black people in Africa. I look at them as humanized skunks. Okay. The minute them bastards lift up one of their arms, I ask if we can call the cops to charge them with attempted murder, sister. You know what I'm saying? For real, to hell with those bastards. To hell with all of them fleeing bastards. They have nothing but disrespect for us. And I was telling Brother Dan...
These are the degenerates, bro. These are the so-called FBA influencers, bro. I don't want to get a violation because they're saying some crazy shit.
All right, we're taking control. We're taking back control of the driver's seat here. You know what I'm saying, sister? Everything's good, sister? Can't hear you.
Give me a second. I'm so sorry.
Lazy ass.
So, the Funk Turds has reported my other account, but I got like 10 other pages. So, I don't know what you're gonna do about that. But, yeah.
I already followed you on the other one.
He crying a river. Yeah, so keep on reporting. Funk Turds. Let me see what he want. But like I said,
yes, Queen.
well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. You know, I wasn't ignoring you. I was listening to you, but like I said, they reported me, so it made me drop off the panel. So you know the truth.
I hear you, Queen.
The truth.
I hear you. No, and listen, sister, this was a long time coming. Okay, when you listen, when you stir things in a pot, what happens? The water starts to boil. Anything in the pot starts to boil. We're at a boiling point with these musty ass tethers. It's here now. Okay, and we're gonna.
You know, it's like you gotta remind them where they come from. I don't know why they get here and they have their pinky in the air like they bougie or something. You're dusty, dirty. Talking about they don't want your kids around us. We don't want our kids around you, animalistic mother uffers. You might tag me and smell a piece like one of our kids get cut. You smell the blood and you want to eat them. Start eating them. You feel me? We don't want our kids around you. What you mean? Our kids grew up with toilets and stuff. The nerve of you.
I will go even further, Queen. All right, God forbid if one of them stink ass tethers breathe on one of our children and everything like that. We're gonna have to use tomato sauce and everything to wash the stink breath off of them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Please, get the hell out of here. They smell worse than skunks. Get the hell out of here. They can go straight to hell. And look, straight up, this is why I support.
They smell like an anime convention.
Oh, shit.
Mostly people.
How about this? No,
Exactly.
They smell like.
What's up, brother?
What's up? How are you today? What's up, man?
Chilling, chilling. I'm gonna listen into this crazy lady. I'm trying not to get a violation though, because she be saying some wild shit.
No, the hell with them. We got
Okay,
What happened to
okay.
your account?
Oh, no, it's the same account, bro. It's just different name.
Okay. You gotta switch it up on them, huh?
Yeah, because every time they trash my name, then I have to clean it.
Yeah. I'm sure some FBA will come up soon. Well, I'm just gonna put this on for a little bit, okay? Because I need to record this.
Okay.
This guy's
Okay.
glazing this lady.
Create this.
This is Tariq Nasheed's new apprentice.
Everything like that, and they kept on with their hate and vitriol and everything
guy.
like that. And then when they got into our
I
political
got
business,
reporting.
and they helping to destroy us more. Now it's like we gotta slow the fuck down, motherfucker. Okay, wait a minute. What's that? Sab stink ass Abizola. Sit your ass down. You understand me? No, you okay? You need to focus on what a perfume smells like before you get into politics. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Nobody worried about them. You know what I'm saying? They over here in our face and got the nerve to think somebody they better than somebody. How you better and you fled? If you was better, you would do better in your homeland and have more things going on over there. But you said out your own mouth ain't no opportunities. So how you better, you ain't got no opportunities over there for nobody.
Right. And sister, listen, just let me use an example. I'm out here in Turkey, okay? Listen, these Africans, these stink musty bastards over here on this side of the world, they don't get no fucking respect at all. All right? Excuse my language. They don't get no respect. They are what you call the help. Okay? They're not the face on anything. They're not the society's doctors. They're not the society's nurses. Okay? The most thing you'll see them do is minimum wage jobs. They're helping the Turkish store owner. Okay, they're helping the Turkish store owner and everything like that to work for his products. They're not doing anything.
They're reporting. Hold on real quick.
Yeah, I got a report too.
There you go. I mean, who's gonna take that? Who's gonna listen to that without reporting? Jesus Christ. American slaves, more Africans on African. These guys are crazy.
Yeah, they dumb. The people that they are talking about in Turkey, I know what they are talking about. It's just some high school kids working in Turkey, and a lot of time it's like they are connected with like some business owners. It could be in Kenya, Tanzania, that actually ships their their stuff when they get so they most of the businesses in Africa, they always want to have their people on the ground, the ones that they trust. So if they want to make an order, they would they'll actually make payments through their own people on the ground, and their own people actually ship their product back to Tanzania, Kenya, around East Africa. And most of those people, they're not kids. They're like 25, 26. Yeah, most of them they like in East Africa, for the most part. And what they do is they send them money to like buy their products in Turkey. That could be like clothes, like and in big numbers for at the wholesale price. Then they'll go to the port and ship it for them. You know what I mean?
Right, and resell it.
You resell it, yeah, there. So, and this ignorant guy, once he sees an African, we Africans, we like you can literally, bro, you as you know what I'm talking about. We Africans, you can find an African with money. You won't know it because we don't do the dressing, design, whatever that stuff that is. You can see a simple guy and they'll tell you, he owns some oil company or something. You're like, what, that guy? So you find a lot of African, and most of these guys, for them, they think that it's about wearing Fendi's, Gucci's, so that you can like show that you have, you know what I mean? So they
Status.
run into people like that. Yeah, they run into people like that, and they don't know. Maybe the guy owns a hotel in Turkey. Most like a lot of them, like a lot of Nigerians owns a lot of hotels in Turkey. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So yeah, these people are ignorant, man. They judge people based on what they see. They don't like to take time to get to learn to know about that person and where they're coming from and their background and stuff like that. I just got off the panel with these South African guys that I was just going off on them because of what I saw. They were beating up another African brother in South Africa, and I'm like, so you like, so what? Like, what's the end game? You know what I mean? So you beating this your own African brother, and you are because you are calling them they're immigrants in my country. I'm like, bro, and I saw this other lady. She's like standing there, and she's not even stopping that kind of stupidity. She's like, and I'm like, bro, do you even have a son? Like, what do you go? What do you tell your son when your son sees a video like that? Like, mom, you were there when another kid was getting beaten up, and she was there, couldn't do anything. What do you tell, and how do you sleep at night when you actually, you know what I mean? So all these FBA, whatever, these xenophobic Dudula South Africans, all the same people, man. I put them in the same box and go and put them in the trash can and trash them on the same place.
Yeah, I know. You got him angry last time with the whole protesting thing. You're like, not to sound xenophobic, but I was like, oh no, here we go. I already know what's coming. I was like, how am I gonna save this one? I mean, it's the same. But it's crazy because after you said that, they went and personally attacked they said your sister was a slave on the slave market. Like they got 10 times worse, Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
A lot of time I don't like those stuff. They don't come at me because they don't know me in real life. I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for them, they might be throwing stuff around, try to get something but for them, when I hit the right spot. It's like, that's what, you know what I mean? Like the target. So.
Right. Well, yeah, that's why every time I speak, everything I say just triggers them, and I don't even be saying anything xenophobic. I just be saying just what I think but at the end of the day, they say that you can't speak for them. Why are we talking about them? But go ahead and go on one of their panels, and they're talking shit about immigrants, Black immigrants, Africans, Mexicans. And you're right, Financier, angry FBA incoming. That's what we're waiting for. I mean, we kind of want to talk to any FBA, not the angry ones, but one we can have a conversation with, right? One that can be respectful, one that one that we can hope to convert, because a lot of them, I think, that are diving into this thinking that it's a beautiful group, and a beautiful way to honor your ancestors, but it's not. It's something. It's a cult if you subscribe to this stuff. So there's a lot of susceptible people, a lot of youth, a lot of people that dive into this because they're like, foundational sounds so foundational, and they can't get I hear so many people just using the word now because it's funny because the dangerous part about it is that when Black culture does start repeating stuff, it does spread. When people start using these terminologies like lineage and delineation, these are just normal words that now have a different meaning and a different sentiment to it when they bring it up, and like we know the context to what they're talking about, but a lot of people just don't know. It sounds nice, but in all reality, they're using these vocabulary lists that they get from Tariq Nasheed. this cheat sheet to be discriminatory, to be a bigot. Yeah, go ahead.
The funny part about it is that I was on this guy from, I think he's from St. Louis, but he's actually African, and these FBAs didn't know that he was African, because apparently he speaks just like them. So they jumped in on one of his panel, then and then they kept on, yeah, these Africans gotta go back to their countries. And they were talking hella shit, and the guy was quiet. And then apparently he changed the prompt, and he started talking about the Democrats and the Republicans. And this FBI jumped up again. They came in, and then so they didn't know that they were actually, like, everybody, including the guy who was running the panel, were we are all immigrants there. So like three FBAs that the guy was a Black American, and up until it's like they caught themselves into a crossfire. There was a couple of Mexicans on the panel too, bro. We went off on the FBAs, man. They like, damn, we on the wrong panel. I was like, yeah, you guys gotta read the room, man. You just can't come up.
Yeah,
You,
they think
you
every
just
room
can't.
is here to bash immigrants. You're like crazy.
Uh,
Vote
yeah.
for Trump. He got my black vote. You see, you guys always claim that you guys weren't the ones that voted Trump in, but I highly doubt that. And I also, just because a lot of you could think you're white, so you might have self-identified as white and voted for Trump. Or the other aspect of it is that it doesn't matter who you vote for; it's who you support afterwards. So there's a lot of Democrats that turned Republicans that were happy that Trump got elected. There's a lot of Republicans that didn't like Trump that didn't vote for him, but ultimately ended up agreeing with him and supporting it. So it doesn't matter really who you vote for. You can change your vote, and we know that. And so it's obvious, and still, I don't think it's the majority of black people in America, African Americans, that support him. It's this small minority, this loud minority on TikTok called FBA, who are not only supporting but taking their talking points, stealing these white tea people's talking points like we haven't heard them before. Like, you're not saying anything new. We have jigaboos, we have sellouts, we have coons in all society. So you guys just, I think this is the biggest. This administration showed the true black coons to come out and support this current administration and whatever Trump is doing. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, I just hate how they focus so much on the Democrats. Like, okay, the Democrats did us wrong. I don't, oh my God. I already got submitted for hateful speech. Who's reporting me?
Oh man.
I didn't even say anything.
No, we're gonna yeah, these
I didn't even.
FBAs, man.
Okay, I might have said jigaboo. I might have said coons, but strawberries. Look, I got a new prompt. We might have to restart it. Oh no, that's on my other phone. Yeah. Anyways, we'll keep it chill. Thank you. F5 in the chats. Fruits, strawberries, strawberries from my Mexican farmer. My fruit picking people out there in the fields. I have a new.
Yeah. But
I need to bring it over here. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, it's on here. Let me see. Maybe we can start this one off. Right there. See, I got the Mexicans working on the field, and I got the FBAs in the big house up there, the plantation house, looking over them, and them calling ICE on them, on the hardworking people.
oh man, bro, that's it. See, the crazy
We got
thing
our
about all
questions
this
if
is
anybody wants to
that
come up.
the crazy thing about this is like FPS, bro, they've been always trying to make everybody feel bad about them, like, oh, we're oppressed, we get beat up by the police, oh, because I'm black, all that BS. So they are the last people that, I was expecting for them to be supporting ICE. You know what I mean? I didn't see it coming, bro. I'm like, what the? You guys been complaining and now you guys are like over this, like excited to see what other immigrants are being treated by ICE, and you guys are like jumping and calling ICE on them. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, come on, man. you
And like
you
I was
guys should
saying,
be.
like I was saying, brother. Like I'm saying, there's black cops, that don't like black people, that go after them. They're lights. There's colorism, there's featureism, there's texture in those communities already. It's exasperated because them wanting to align with a system that now, since Donald Trump said that the 14th Amendment was for the children of slaves, now they think that this guy is looking out for them, But like and them trying to change the 14th Amendment. So again, they think it's going to work retroactively. Like now, this is why they call us anchor babies, because they think they're going to deport all the people that already have American citizenship, either through birthright or through naturalization. They really think that by redefining that amendment, that they're going to be able to deport people that already have their citizenship and are Americans, just like they are Americans. There's no difference. They just want to be heritage Americans. They want to align themselves with those colonists, those colonies, and everything that started when they were on the plantation, because they deserve more. They've been working more. But again, that work that you put in wasn't of your own effort. They put you to work. Just like they put our brothers and sisters at work when they go to jail. The 13th Amendment, still slaves to the system. That abolished slavery in the 13th Amendment, but it also re-enslaved you if you committed a crime. So think about it. 15% of Black Americans are the population, they say, in the United States, but 40% of them make up the incarceration. That is not a jab. That is to show you how the system does not work in Black Americans' favor. So that should be a tall tale sign. But no, a lot of these prisons are really plantations. When you think about Angola, did we talk about Angola, Cuddy?
Yeah, the Angola prison. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
The Angola
If you look
prison.
at that one, the biggest, and that was on a plantation. So just think about it, man. And then they go back there and they work pennies on the dollars for these corporations.
Bro,
And the state makes so much money off of that human labor, off of that
bro,
suffrage.
even these basketball NBA players, the basketball owners, they are used to own slave back in the days. Now they just switch it into owning basketballs, and then they're having black people play for them and pay them. Apparently they play numbers game on them, like, oh, you rich, right? And then they take they take loans, like they take a lot of loans on their behalf, and say that this is for you, we're gonna buy a $4 million house for you, we're gonna do this for you, and then boom, this guy now is like, counting all these things, then he's like, oh, I'm rich. But he's rich, right, because of the assets that he has, right? But he can't sell them. You understand? He's making payments on them on the daily basis, and that's why you find that a lot of these NBA players can't even own their own basketball teams, because they keep on telling us, like, I'm worth this amount. But you ask yourself, why don't you stop playing for a team and just go on your own team and be your own boss? They cannot do it because they don't have money.
Right, and they have contracts, right, that they have to play for a set amount of time. The draft, even in football, like everybody, it's all like auctions back in the day. The draft is, and when you see how much they have to, those started as white sports, and this is what the civil rights is all about, like you gaining access into their institutions. So even the players, how much racism did they go through up until they fit certain positions, like point guard, or in like the football field, like a quarterback? That was a white position for so long until they put black quarterbacks in there. And then when they put black quarterbacks, look how much they demeaned them. Or like Colin Kaepernick, right? Like the team owners are all white, mostly all white, right? And some of them are known to be racist. The Lakers, I think the Clippers coach was a racist, and then there's other football teams that were a racist. But it all, dude, I just saw a thing with, and
white, bro.
Yeah, you can compare this to the gladiator games, back in Rome,
right,
where the people are sacrificed. But I saw
all these.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All these fucking basketball owners, bro, they're like Donald Trump type, bro. It's just that they don't come out on the media the more that Trump comes out. That's why we see the kind of guy he is. But they they eat together. They
Hello?
vibes. Yeah, I can hear you, bro. I
Oh,
was saying that
you can.
all these
Oh, okay.
basketball players, they are Trump's best friends, bro. So imagine if these people are Trump's best friends and they own these, basketball teams, you can literally tell that they like the Bible says, "Show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are." You know what I mean? So and the fact that these people that are playing in NBA, they don't. I've never seen an NBA owning their own boss. It's like you can never be like your boss doesn't want you to be on the same level as him, despite the fact that he has, he's playing the numbers game on you, telling you like you are worth 2 billion, 2 billion, 2 billion, whatever. But in reality, you don't see that money. It's something that you hear about it, but in
And
your you don't.
this is yeah. Sorry, brother. Go ahead. You cut off.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, this is where you see the partnership between black and the white man. You know, they've worked together on a team and at this companionship, and that's what makes up most of the, even though black people are the most the most you see in demographic in those sports, you see the white tee people in there, including the owners, including the players, and you see this camaraderie between them about them helping, like it's all like a partnership where they're all different teams going for the championship, but they go through obstacles together. So this is how I can see how they have been at the foot of YT people and getting them getting appraised or honored by how many yards they can run in a year, how many touchdowns they can score, how many and not to mention the injuries, right? Not to mention the CTEs in football. It was an African that found that out and told the NFL
Right.
about injuries in the field, and they ignored it for years before it came out. How much damage these people are putting to their bodies, of these collisions and these injuries, more in football than in basketball. But even in basketball, anything can happen. So I'm just saying, like, this is the kind of camaraderie, and this is the thing that they distract people about the most, when there's real issues, pressed issues in the world, like in politics or geopolitics or WARs or civil conflicts between America and other, like, this is what keeps people distracted, and then this is what makes people patriotic, and it's just so stupid. It's so ridiculous.
Bro, there's a lot. See, a lot of them is like they are. Sometimes they tell us, "Oh, we fight, we do this." A lot of these so-called their basketball players, they go through a lot that they can't. They're not even allowed to talk about it because they'll lose their contracts. You know what I mean? So, and some people that don't really like, they're not about it. The real people that actually fights, they leave, bro. I do have a friend of mine. He played. He used to play soccer in New York City for. I think this one forgot the team. I think Galaxy. No, that was Colorado. You know the Galaxy team. The Galaxy I'm talking about, right? Is he in New York or Colorado?
Oh, the Galaxy. Yeah. Beckham.
Yeah,
Beckham was on there, right?
yeah. Beckham was there. Yeah, actually, and Messi was there too. Messi. Yeah. No. Kaka was actually used to play for them. So now, and so the team very racist, bro. And the guy left. You know what I mean? He didn't give a he said, you know what, I'm out. You know what I mean? And he went and now he's in Europe now. Playing there, and he's getting paid more. But he didn't just put out with the BS that they were. They couldn't let him play even if he was good. He would be on the bench all the time, and he wasn't having it. It's like, why are you putting this guy? Why are you letting this guy play when I'm actually better than him? But because simply because a white guy, then you're gonna have to. So basically, what happens is, as this, so they work as like 3 times harder than YT people in those games. And YT people simply doesn't need to. A black person to play in those games have to be very talented. A YT person doesn't have to be talented. You just have to know somebody who's actually connected to like the owner or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's not based on the talent. Then they're going to use somebody like the LeBron James to train that YT person to be able to start playing like LeBron James, so that if LeBron James slack off, they can always replace him. You understand?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always like that, man.
Yeah,
And they
who
don't
they
see it.
choose. Yeah, who they choose. I don't know what happened. AA, you can try again. Um, yeah, there we got AA Tether. Surprise, surprise. Peace,
What's
African.
good?
What's
Peace,
up? What's
peace.
up? What's up, AA? How
What's
you doing,
up?
bro?
I'm good. I'm
What's
good.
up, man? What's
What's
up?
Gucci with you? How you been?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Doing what I do. Doing what I do best. What you been up to?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, we out here, you know. What do you think about the prompt?
Illegal runaway plane. FBA.
They're
From
livid.
slave catchers to ICE informants. Same system, new labels. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Enslaved ancestors were once illegal. What protects you now? 13. Still allows forced labor. No dog, Negro, Mexican body. Let's see here. It's like, if ICE defines illegal, who's next? That's a fact. I agree with the prompt. I think the prompt is on point and it needs to be spoken about. You feel me? I think you should keep running a topic like this in their face so that they know what time it is, know what they out here doing, that they bootlicking it. They helping modern day slave catchers, sending them at people. They don't understand that this system is still a system, just like it was a system back then. And the only difference now is instead of human trafficking people, forcing them over here, they trying to get them to, they looking for people who they feel qualified. You feel me? Before they was taking the people that they felt qualified to be a part of what they needed done throughout the West. You get me? Now they just like, you can't get in unless you qualify, or unless it's under some circumstances where we may have to let you in, which I don't like to get into all that because I don't call nobody no refugee or you get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
But I'm just saying it still applies. When you look at it, you got people over here from, let's just say, Nigeria, some of the smartest people, and they're doing things that boost the economy, that boost stats. They're doing great things over here, right? They don't understand that that's what the United States looks for. I mean, it's no different from back in the days. They chose
Getting here on their own merit.
They chose the ancestors that they wanted to come over here and perform certain tasks, right? It's the same thing they doing in modern day time. They selecting people that they want to let in here. So when you bring these problems to people, understand that people are naturally already facing one problem. While they over here handling their business, chasing their dreams and their goals, and striving and doing what they have to do to be responsible human beings, they in a fucking prejudiced society. You get what I'm saying? That looks at them, no matter what they're doing, as they too are lesser than the European. You get what I'm saying? This society isn't about uplifting black people. We got to break through that. So I don't understand why ninjas is out here treating their brothers from another mother in a fucked up way, as if the same principle doesn't apply today that applied hundreds of years ago.
Facts. Yeah, and then that's the system that they can't face because when you draw parallels to this, they don't want to face it. They rather say how much this agency, $70 billion that we're spending annually, that expenditure on that agency alone is more than some military spending in countries, you know. So United States is on top, China, and then ICE, and then Russia, and so on and so forth. So they also don't want to follow the money and see how that's how the taxpayer money is going to this enforcement and aiding it, you know. But on top of that, you know, we see a lot of these panels, and they're talking about supporting ICE, calling the cops on ICE. I already had 2 guests that admitted to calling ICE on them, not caring to know if they're illegal or not. They were just calling them to call. So here you are, you know, helping and aiding an institution, an agency that carries out this thing of kidnapping people, you know, and showing up without no warrants, no identification, and able to disappear people. There's already been 3 Black Americans that have been unalived by ICE agents, and not a peep from the FBA community, because they don't want to, you know, bring attention to it. And you know, don't even mention all the detainments, you know, that have been happening, the no-knock raids, you know, and how easily it's gonna be. You know, we have a lot of racists in ICE. We have a lot of NAZI in ICE. We have a lot of racist Hispanics, Latinos. Have you seen this whole thing with? Oh, he dropped. Cuddy, have you seen this whole thing with what's her name? That one Mexican lady that worked for the police force that
In Houston, Texas. Yeah, I
yeah,
saw
in
that, bro.
Houston,
Yeah,
in Houston, that's the big
yeah,
topic right now. And so
yeah, bro.
that's why I had the other prompt up, because
Oh, you can put that up. You can put that up, bro. That's a good one too. Like, yeah,
yeah, let me drag them in here
yeah.
first with this prompt, because this is what gets them livid, and then I'll switch it over so they can answer those questions.
All
But
right, yeah.
listen, brother. This is what I mean. She's a perfect example of what these FBAs are. Because once supposedly our people get into those positions, they go ahead and align themselves with the people that are with the YT, because that's their
Yep.
they allow that in their circles. And so so why not? What I just hate how they use it as a double-edged thing, or not double-edged sword, but they use indigenous people that are suffering just as much.
And started following that FBA, they don't question who is causing all this running game. Some Black Americans hoping, helping, and praying for Black and brown immigrants' downfall. That's a good one right there. That's a good one. So, you know, when you have jealousy and hate in your heart, that is exactly what is gonna be the main problem. And this is the problem that these people, they cannot even tolerate. It's like 5 years ago, it was projected on the news, this YT telling a Black American, go back to the incident of George Floyd. But it's like, it doesn't click on them. When things happened, they don't understand that it has brought so much voice and power when Hispanics and Black immigrants marched along Black Americans to raise a voice to receive justice. But you see, we all understand they can go against you at any time. It's not like you're helping them or you're supporting them or any idea they're coming up with or whatever is happening to them. It's not like you're going to be merging together. It's not like you're gonna unite. No, actually, it's like they will turn against you. It's like you're helping a wolf that is going to bite you. a wolf who pretends to be a sheep and all that. That is what is sad in 2026, based on my experience. It's like there was a time I was blasting Bob Marley music about the story about John, the mother, was shot in the ground, and the mother was crying. And I was blasting that music during the protest, risking my own vehicle in the protest, blasting that music, having every window down, every Black American in my vehicle, blasting that music, looking for justice so that they can hear that message. The things that were said in Bob Marley is happening in our own eyes. When will this change? Then later on, in 2026, I'm coming to find out actually the same people I was walking around risking my own life, my own vehicles, my own resources, they're going to be the same people that they're going to talk down on me. Was I carrying a wolf? Was I carrying the sheep? Was I one of the sheep, or was I a sheep among the wolves that pretended to be sheep? That is what's sad in 2026. And they need to rethink a lot of stuff and just step backwards and see and look, ask themselves questions. Did any Black immigrant marched to the White House to say, do not give anything to Black Americans? No, there's nothing like that. Did Hispanics did the same thing? No, there's nothing like that. So why do you want to fight the wrong people instead of raising your voice to the people who oppressed you?
Kwani wewe ni Mkenya bana?
Mimi ni Mkenya mzee.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that insight.
He's great. The guy is greeting me. He's from Kenya.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, sema mzee, wacha nimse, let me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sema mzee.
Uko fiti?
Yeah, mimi niko poa tu mzee. Uko
I
home.
thought you were Ugandan,
Uko home.
Cootie.
Mzee,
You lied to me.
Hey, mzee, uko home.
Yape bro, niko mimi naishi hapa Marekani bana.
Poa. Wapi? Usiseme. Unajua hao wakisha wanajaribu kutafuta njia zozote za kututafuta. So
Kweli.
we unajua sijui tutawasaidia vipi mazee. Inakuwa ngumu.
Ni wajinga wa jamaa.
Kabisa mzee. Ai. Wanatupatia shida ambazo tuliwasaidia long time, si ndio?
Ndio bro.
Mazee mimi naomba time tu, yani mazee. Na saizi nimeanza kufikiria kugadha hizo alafu kisha niende home. At least mazee nataka tu yani niende nikatulie. Ushaona?
Katulie bana, achukua likizo alafu muhimu sana lakini likizo muhimu sana lakini usiende eti umeenda kabisa. Wewe unajua hapa ndo kuna pesa.
Nataka niende nikachukue tu nikatulize akili huko mazee.
Kweli chukua likizo bana. Unaona hapa ni chuma ulete, yani unachuma unapeleka nyumbani.
Sawa. Hey, thank you vibes.
Yes, brother. Yes.
That is a born Kenyan.
Well, we're gonna have to talk later on, man. I thought that was my Ugandan brother. My African ancestry took me back to Uganda, so I thought he was my brother. But now all of my East Africans are my brothers.
Yeah, vibes.
Vibes.
Maybe one day, maybe we're gonna gather together. Maybe go to Kenya. You have no clue. If you go to
Sounds
Kenya,
good.
I don't know if he told you. I don't know if he told you. But if you go to Kenya, you might start rethinking. It's the best place to have fun,
I might have to get my dual nationality, my triple nationality there.
Right. Triple. Make it even triple.
Make it triple. I do want to say something to you though, brother. I do want to say that there are there are problematic people in every group. You know,
Right.
there have been some Caribbeans, Africans that have said something about the reparations, you know, in the sense of they think, you know, that maybe these FBA shouldn't get them. I don't. The FBAs is a different conversation, but maybe Black Americans or maybe African Americans shouldn't get them.
Yeah.
But in the instances of who owes what to who, you know, this is where they're coming. I think this is the sentiment that you're saying when Africa is going to the UN and asking for reparations from the European powers, you know, that has really nothing to do with the United States and what they owe to the Black Americans here in the
Black
United States.
Americans, right?
Yes, exactly. So them thinking that somehow we're taking money out of their pockets or we're asking their oppressors
Right.
for
So
reparations that are owed to them. So
yeah.
I also wanted to say this. There's a representative right now talking about reparations for Mexicans or undocumented people that went through something with ICE, you know, and you see these FBAs getting so upset, you know, about them getting reparations before, you know, these Mexicans getting reparations before the FBA group. I don't believe the FBA group in its entirety and the whole is going to get anything. The way they act, the way they behave, the way they separate, the way they are. But not to leave the African American community to I don't want them to be a stain on the African American community. You understand?
Right, right. So there's one thing, man, I'm telling you, even my brother from Kenya, he's gonna tell you the same thing. We've gone through a lot, right? So we whatever we get, we appreciate. We appreciate. Like, let's say, for example, the job, you give me a job, hey, I'm making a little bit, okay, I can support my people. That I'm good. You see what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to supporting the Black American, we have no issues at all. The only thing that comes as a conflict is they don't understand where these people are coming from, in what situation, what condition, how they condition their minds. So when you slander an African man, guess what? They don't care. They're going to retaliate. They're going to listen to you, but they're going to retaliate in a way that is not going to be the same way. Does that make sense? Now, when it comes to reparation, yes, we want them to get that reparation. All right. We believe that they should get that reparation, but don't get the reparation and slander us. We don't have Hollywood in Africa. We don't have that. But there's so many Black Americans, they gained so much from projecting Africa in their Hollywood movies. You can talk about Denzel Washington play as Steve Biko. You can talk about Zulu. You can talk about Hakuna Matata. Lion King is projected in Kenya. You can talk about Michael Jackson singing about, do you remember the time, Egyptians? But it's not the children in Africa that benefited anything to do with whatever is being projected in the Hollywood in the United States. But it doesn't make us bitter to dislike these people. It's okay for them to do what they need to do, and but don't slander us. Don't slander that we don't have inventions and all that. It's 2026, but there's another Kenyan man who has gathered those plants that the roots are growing in the lakes, and he's creating plastic out of it, that those plastic can have lifetime. It can have a specific time, and then it can dilute with the sand instead of using the plastic. That innovation has never been established in the world, but he's the first person, and he's from Kenya. But those things will be taken in the future to be projected that nobody in Africa has innovations. It's like another guy, I think he was from Ghana, I believe, I can't remember, but he created a TV. He got the TV, Sony, which is not a model for Africa, but he transformed that TV not to use electricity and not to use anything, like it's not plugged anywhere, but it will work
Oh
forever.
yeah, I saw that. I
You
saw
saw
that
that?
one.
But
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
from Africa. But that innovation, nobody has it. You see what I'm saying? That innovation, nobody has it. Even Sony tried to buy him out. But you see, those things, those innovations and inventions,
I got you,
they're
bro.
trying to slander us, but we know what we're doing. But we're not greedy to say, oh, we don't want you to have it, reparation, so that we can have it. No, we want you to have it because it's money. Okay, where will money take you? We don't believe money will take us anywhere. If we don't have money today, we'll be okay. If we don't have food, he can tell you we might go 2 days without eating food and we will be okay.
Yeah, we call it fasting in infinite, you know.
Right.
So
But
it's
they
not that big a
have
deal. But
to
my brother,
volunteer to
I do want to let
fast.
the other brothers, I do want to let the other brothers chime in if you don't mind. They
Oh,
might
no
want
worries,
to
no
ask you a
worries. Let him
question or
chime
something.
in.
Hey, Tether, welcome back, brother. You might introduce yourself, and if you want to respond to anything we said or answer one of the questions on the top, or as many questions as you like. And then, what's up, brother? Nakfa, welcome back. Go ahead, Tether.
My thing is, I just think that people got to detox from conversating with FBA and pretendians when you of the diaspora or so forth. Like, I mean, let's be real. Everybody fast and stuff like that, and everybody create inventions and stuff like that. But when you sit there and you go on these live spaces, you put yourself in position to be belittled. Don't take it as you're being belittled by the African American community. You're being belittled by xenophobic people that don't even identify with their African ancestry. And you do no benefit to the cause if you consistently go to these platforms to be belittled by them. So don't complain about what you go through when you go over there if you want to go over there. You understand what I'm saying? I think that the best thing to do is detox from these spaces because everyone in their right mind knows that Africans are and no matter where they are on the planet, are great people. These inventions that they talk about, these patents that they talk about that were done by, they would say Black Americans and foundational Black Americans, they were done by African Americans, Africans in America. They weren't done by Black people who are somehow not African. They were done by African people. You understand? So I just think that
Yeah,
it's a disservice when you put yourself in these spaces and then you complain about what you go through with them. That's just my perspective on it.
yeah, I definitely go into them already knowing how they're gonna. I mean, I literally observe how they treat other people, you know, and I try to switch it up on them because as soon as you tell them where you from, what your ethnicity is, you know, I'm sometimes slick. I say I'm Black American just because I define Black American as a race and a nationality, and they always hate that. But you know, you ask the right questions so they can think about it for a little bit, and then they have to regroup and think about how they're going to address what you're talking about. So I don't come up there with anger or with some kind of disdain or some kind of vengeance on them. I just do it so we can address the African American grievances that they have with FBA, you know? But you know, again, we're not allowed to be in those spaces. We're not even allowed to have prompts to speak about them. They supposedly, right? This is what so they're not going to give you a chance. You know, if you're not going to get muted, you're going to get dropped or you're going to get slandered. And so, yeah, you're definitely right about what to expect when you go on those places, but also, staying away and clearing your mind and fast from those spaces or even the algorithms. Like get yourself another account and start a different algorithm that's more positive. Because I swear, I feel like they're getting bigger, but it's really just my algorithm showing me their pages over and over again. So, and that, you know, most of them already know me. They already heard about me. A lot of them, where's your daddy, AA Tether? What you know, you got kicked out from that room. We know you're not allowed. Brian Jehovah would be making some crazy shit up. But nah, man, we
That's
know
your
better.
fault,
We
bro.
definitely know
Going over
better.
there to find Jehovah without
Yeah,
slick,
yeah,
bro.
that's
You did that, bro.
no, I know. No, it's so
Yeah,
funny.
and another
I'll
catchy,
tell you later what happened, but
yeah, and another catchy thing is that any black immigrants, if you ever sit down with them and talk to them about certain things, they will tell you the truth. Hey, look, like for instance, for me, I'm from Kenya, but I will tell you, look, the parliaments, the people in the power never cared about me. All right, those are the people that I depended on. But I came to United States and I'm looking for ways to build up myself. Now, why should I care about what you try to slander me for? All right. So there's so much topic that they making where you want to respond to them so that they can understand, okay, where you're coming from, where you're going. But it's like you're giving them opportunity so that they can understand, hey, we don't have time for this. You either speak bluntly or you don't speak at all. Now, you are right about Tether. You are right about we putting ourselves into certain situations of having to go back and forth with them. Now, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why it happens like that. And it's for a season and it's for a period of time. After that, you're going to take my words. You're going to find out actually they're going to be talking to themselves.
Infinite, he can't hear you because he's teacupped right now. Just save it for him. Have it in the memory. Let me introduce
Okay.
Nakfa.
Okay.
Nakfa, but hold that thought. Hold that thought for me, okay? Nakfa, welcome to the panel, brother. If you want to introduce yourself and speak to the prompt, but I do want to say something quickly before Nakfa says anything. It's the youth that are more impressionable of getting on these panels and taking all that stuff personal or taking the side of a FBA in their grievances. Those are the ones I'm worried about. I'm also worried about the elders, the ones that are not knowing what they're coming into, and they have no patience for an accent, have no patience for how they construct a conversation or how they get their thoughts together. They have no patience for that. So they ridicule them, tell them they're dumb, they can't understand their language, all this dehumanizing language. Those are the people I stand up for and I always push back for. But with that, go ahead, Nakfa. I'm sorry, brother.
What's going on, man?
What's goody, brother?
How you been?
Bro, it's been rough, man. I'll tell you later personally, but I got jumped by a bunch of racist white racists here in my town, man. I was in the hospital for like 3 days. I got eye injury and shit. Yeah, it is bad, but they arrested most of them, man. It was crazy. It's a crazy story. I'm gonna tell you later, though. I don't want these FBAs to use it against me. But I survived, bro. It was a crazy, random. These niggas from the Silent Hills. You feel me? These boonies. But I'm good. I survived. I'm alive.
Yeah, I mean, just speaking on what you were saying, the only time I ever even deal with FBAs now is when I'm on your lives, bro. My algorithm, I'm so far removed from that radar, bro. I think it's a joke. It's funny, you know what I mean? There's I was so I think the last time we talked about this is in your live when the Ghanaian president got them all up in their emotions. So I think it's hilarious. Let them do what they do. I don't be in no FBA rooms at all. I'm so far removed from that. So many other things on TikTok. I'd rather, you know me. So what I be on. So as far as FBAs, brother, you're the reason why I even deal with FBAs nowadays.
Don't blame me now.
But hey,
Do you want to answer one of the questions on the prompt, Nakfa? Yeah, go ahead.
I don't run into them like you said. It's about the algorithm. So I don't follow any FBAs. I don't be around any FBAs. So when I do talk to them, it's because I'm in your room. and they're talking crazy and reckless to you for whatever reason. But what's the difference between Hispanic, Latino, and Mexican? I mean, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on all of these. I don't want to touch on it. I'd rather just listen, man. And if you need me to say something, just come back to me. But I'm
I
good
got
for right
you.
now.
I got you.
It's good to see you, though, man. I'm glad you're at the hospital. You're doing better.
Likewise. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of ruined plans. I was supposed to go see my dad. That's in a couple days after that date, but I had to stay in the hospital and check up with an eye doctor. But I'm gonna be able to rebook the flight and do that again.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you know what? Just message me. We'll talk later.
Yeah, definitely. I got your number anyways. Cookie or Knockfuck, can you guys run this? I'm taking a shower real quick. I'll be right back.
Man, it's gonna have to be Cookie. I'm in motion.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah,
Lynch, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Say what you were saying earlier. Very
yeah,
important
yeah.
point.
So what I was saying was black immigrants, they have one tendency, they have one habit. They're gonna give you an opportunity. If you want to hear them, their opinion, and it's gonna be blunt. It's not gonna be something that they just beating around the bush. They're gonna tell you it is what it is, and you like it, you don't like it, okay, it's fine. But then when they talk about separation, we don't need that. We can separate ourselves individually perfectly, like structural, and it doesn't mean that I don't like you or what. It's like I'm good, I'm doing okay. So when they try to speak about delineate and all that, those terminology, we listen to them and we like, you know what? I delineate thousands and thousands of miles. You can delineate with me. I have no problem at all. But I'm not gonna dislike you. I'm gonna like you. But from a distance, if that's what you're asking, it's gonna happen. Now, most of the time, most Black Americans, they don't understand is that people ain't try to engage on these TikTok lives with the FBAs because they see these people in the movies where whoever has never been in the United States. So they want to hear them, but they go into a crazy mode thinking, oh, it's an opportunity for me to slander these Africans. No, that's not how they take it. You can slander them, you can tell them whatever you want to tell them, but they're gonna just, in their back of their heads, it's more likely they laughing at you. Like, we know our problems. You're not the first time to try to address our problems. We're good and we're going to be good. So no matter what the situation looks like, until one day is going to be okay, that's how someone in Africa thinks. So when you slander them, oh, you all don't have this, they're going to tell you, if you say, oh, you all live in the slums and all that, they're going to tell you, they're going to add additional information to you. Actually, we're living on top of the trees. We're living in the bush with lions and leopards and cheetahs. We're living with them over there. Elephant. So don't ever come to Africa because we live in you're not gonna have a place to sleep. They're gonna add some things to make you even think that you're slandering them. Actually, you're not slandering them. They're making you sound. So I'm like, don't talk down about Africans. Don't talk down about information that you've never got a passport to travel and see for yourself. Talk to me about Kenya if you've been in Kenya. But don't talk to me about Kenya if you've never been in Kenya. If you only see and enjoy the movies with your children about Lion King based on Kenya, please That's not who we are.
Brother, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do you believe in, do you have a religion?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
Turn left onto 82nd
You're,
Street
you're what,
Southwest.
Christian?
Then you'll take
Yeah,
the
I'm a
first
Christian.
left onto Green Road Southwest.
So, but you're telling people don't talk about Kenya unless they've been to Kenya. Have you ever met Jesus?
No, I've never met Jesus.
And I'm sure they're never gonna go to
I've
Kenya.
never met
But
Jesus, but you,
Turn
you
left onto Green
that's a completely, so it's
Yeah,
like you're
but
adapting
wait a
Kenya.
second. Wait a second here. Bro, that's different. So you are speaking on a
Right,
spiritual perspective and a physical perspective. So when we are
right.
talking about physically, yeah. So it's not, close to that. What you are saying,
no,
but yeah.
it's not different. I'm just telling you. You're saying to them, hey, don't talk about Kenya unless you've been to Kenya. That's not gonna stop you from ever talking about Jesus and you're religious. So that's not gonna stop them from talking about
That's
Africa.
okay. Kenya is not a
You see what I'm
belief.
saying?
Kenya is not a belief. Is Kenya is a country. Is a physical place you can just jump and go. You're talking
Right.
about a spiritual belief and all that. So you see, that is one of the things that I'm trying to explain here, is that sometimes you're trying to explain some things without having knowledge of it. Like, you're gonna speak to me about Christ, and I'm gonna speak to you about Christ. So we have to make sure that, okay, are we sticking on Christ? Are we sticking on Bible? So I can answer your questions perfectly. But if you're trying to speak to me about Bible and you're not even equipped with the knowledge of Bible, then it's gonna be difficult for me to coordinate with you. Does that make sense? Nakfa, does that make sense?
Yeah, my brother Nakfa likes to be devil's advocate, you know. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean, brother. Why
Right.
talk about an area that you've never been to, and why talk
Correct.
about the people if you've never known the people? You know, but
Right.
that's what these Black Americans like to talk. They say the same thing. They say, don't talk about us Americans if you haven't been here. But it's pretty when you see them act and behave the way they do online. That's not to say that that's how all to generalize all of them and to say that's how Americans are. So vice versa, when you hear these African or Black immigrants from the diaspora talk to an FBA, let's remember that that does not mean that that's how all Black people from the diaspora talk.
Think
You know,
right,
go to the countries, go see the people, go see the culture,
right,
and
right.
learn about learn about those people in that way. Don't learn about it. Don't learn about it because you pissed an African off online and he got mad at you and he said something offensive to you.
You're right. So
Don't use
it's
that.
like it's like this guy. What's his name? Aisha Speed.
Right, right.
Aisha Speed was in another country, but planning on going to Kenya, right? But before he went to Africa, he was mistreated somewhere else. But when he went to Africa and visited other countries, his last tour was supposed to be in Kenya, which was in Kenya, right? But here's the thing. At the end of his tour, people did not catch this, what he was talking about. What he was talking about is like, what I want to see now, the competition between other countries in Africa versus Kenya. Did you see that?
I don't think I saw that episode.
So,
Right. That episode was, they wanted to see. So his challenge, big challenge came. How many
I haven't
people?
even heard from you.
How many
I wasn't
people?
listening for the past 5 minutes. So,
Yeah.
At the stop sign, turn
Yeah. How many people will come out to celebrate his coming to Kenya? And it was massive. He could not even believe it when he went to Kenya. And so many people started sending him comments to tell him, hey, look, you may try to skip Kenya. Kenya is a free spirit. Kenya is a free world. Kenya is a free place where if you go, it's not gonna be the same way as I'm not trying to say against other African countries,
But
but
who are you
Kenya
talking
will
about?
come out and celebrate with you. Now
Who are you
that
talking
means it's
about?
gonna be all people.
We're talking about I Show Speed and him
I should
traveling
speak.
to other countries. 'Cause
Oh, I should see.
no,
Okay.
Yeah.
and
His
Next stop
last
sign.
tour in Kenya, all right, they wanted to see how many numbers of how many people will come out. And Aisha Speed was blown out when he went to Kenya. But it's so many comments. Kenyan people they were telling him, "Hey, you can go to Kenya." So many people from other countries that the Kenyans they were telling him, "Hey, you can go to Kenya, but expect this. This is what you need to expect. This is what you need to put in your diary." All right. Now, you mentioned something to do with biblical Nakfa in 2026.
I don't think
Listen,
you got what I was trying to tell you though, brother.
but let me
I'm not
let me
against you.
hint it to you. Let me hint it to you. Let me hint it to
I know,
you.
but I'm not against you. I'm just trying
I
to
know,
tell
I
you
know,
when you.
I know, I know. So,
Why you?
Nakfa in 2026, they have discovered Egyptians actually they were Nubians. And you know where the Nubians are today? Oh, they've been. Maybe Cookie can tell you.
but
Kenyans
Sudan.
are, Kenyans are Nubians.
Yeah.
What? Kenyans or Nubians?
Are you surprised about that, right?
I'm just trying to figure out what the relevance is to
So
what I.
How big was the territory of Nubia? Did it extend to Kenya? Is
yeah,
that what we're
so
saying?
the
Yeah.
territory of Nubians. So if you remember, that's even send you to the biblical era. Times, biblical times during the Moses and all that. The Egyptians, the chosen ones. They're talking about going to a different outside the maps that they changed to make Africa look small, which is not true. So there's so much things historically have been changed. But actually, if you dig deeper on the Bible, the Nubians are down the street on the river Nile, which is connecting from down the walking distance from Egypt all the way to Kenya. So how come now they take all
Is
these?
walking
Listen,
distance from Egypt?
listen. How come they taking all these people from the Egyptian? I will even send you that video. How they taking all these and do the research to find that actually these people were Nubians. But you see, they don't talk to you. They don't if you talk biblical to me, I'll ask you two questions. How many times has Ethiopia been mentioned in the Bible? You're gonna tell me you don't know. I know the answer. How many times have the Nubians been mentioned in the
Going on
Bible?
today?
You're not gonna tell me that. If I ask you who are the Cush people, you're not gonna tell me that. You see what I'm saying?
How do you know that?
Because I'm a Bible reader.
No. But how do you know I don't know?
I know you don't know. How many times Ethiopia mentioned in the Bible?
I think he was speaking in general, man.
No, I'm not
Yo.
speaking in general. I'm listen, I'm speaking
Hey,
the
get your boy.
facts.
Not for always the devil's advocate over here, man.
How many times have you visited
Get
Kenya?
your boy vibes. He said, "I know you don't know. I'm not
I know you
speaking in
don't know.
general."
You guys are
this
both
is why
Christians.
I tune into your
You
live.
guys are both
If
Christians.
it ain't FBA,
okay?
hey, if it ain't FBA's brother, it's just a whole kind of comedy.
No, don't
in
worry
your
about
lives,
that.
bro.
We don't care.
This shit
Hey,
is hilarious.
Nakfa, we don't care about FBA. Trust me. You're a black
No,
Americans. There's
And
other people that
he
are
don't care
You're
about
not listening.
Ethiopians, Infinite. You know what I
right.
mean?
You're not listening, my dude. You really don't know what's you in the Kool-Aid. You don't even know the flavor, brother.
Look, I think we're just
As
a
long
little
as it's a drink.
misunderstanding. Okay, we're talking about.
There's a
just in-
huge misunderstanding.
But we're all brothers. We all brothers at the end of the day. We all East Africans.
You know what? That's the point right there. It's like two brothers. They're arguing about something. All right.
bruh.
And the other brother come to find out, actually, you know what? My brother told me, I don't know. And I'm honestly gonna say, I don't know. So come forward and say, Nakfa, hey, look, I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's for sure.
Exactly.
I'm so confused. Like I
Yeah,
asked you a simple thing, and then you went completely left because you told me you were
Because you
talking
mentioned about
about.
Christ.
No, that. But why did I mention it? Why did it? See, he told the FBA's vibes. He said he went on a rant, and he said, the FBA's can't tell me about Kenya if they've never been to Kenya, so they should stop talking." And I'm like, well, if you're a Christian, you never met Jesus. Is that going to stop you from talking about Jesus? No.
Well, you teach
So it
up
ain't gonna
the
stop FBA's from talking about Kenya
Right,
or
right.
No,
Africa.
no, that's
or-
different though. Nakfa, because
we broke it
Jesus,
down a little
Jesus
bit.
is being preached in Kenya. So I can talk about Jesus. You can talk about Jesus. It's been preached in the United States. So, but the difference between that and
Still
what we're
not getting
speaking
it.
about is that listen. The difference is that you have never
I've been
been
listening,
in
brother.
Kenya. It's like you don't know anything
In half
about
a mile,
Kenya.
let's
You don't
continue.
know unless Kenyan tells you.
Huh?
Then that's when
yeah. So
you taking into notes.
I think that FBAs they're actually speaking about Africa based on assumptions, right?
Correct.
So yeah, they are actually trying to like be all over the places, and you would find out that most of them, they don't even know that they think that Africa is the country. So now when you try to give them direction and say, hey, look, you have never been to this country. I come from this continent. So now let me maybe help you out to guide you so that you can have, some information. That way, when you go out there and speak, you sound a little bit more smart, because every everything that you literally just said about Africa, it's just not what Africa, it's not what it is, right? So yeah, and the fact that you brought that up, it was really good. And also them not knowing that we struggle, but we don't show our struggle to the point where we want somebody to feel sorry for us. We can dance off our struggles. We make struggle look easy. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Africa and see a street kid on the road who hasn't ate for 10 days, and you never see that kid crying. You probably see them smiling or playing soccer or dancing to a song. You understand?
Right.
That's
Right.
how easy we make it look like. But with them, they go around and start bleeding on everybody, crying about it. That's the difference between we and them. They cannot take struggle. We can take struggle, and we will make it look like it's nothing. So when you're trying to actually fight somebody who knows what struggle is and who has struggled, and you think that you can crush them down simply by calling them Tater or bushmeat eater, like, come on. That's not even something that it's we laugh it off. We laugh it off and move on. That's what. Yeah.
That's why I said before, you can take them, you can fight to take them back to Africa if you want to, but it's not gonna change. It's not gonna be like they're gonna be like resisting. Hey, man, no, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm taking another flight again to Africa. All right, let me enjoy the sky. When they get there, there's no difference. So that's what I'm trying to tell these people. What about you? Do you think maybe the popo is not going to chase you? Or they're not going to do what they did to George Floyd? Is that what you're telling us we are doing, or what? What are you telling us? We've been we were born in struggle. You take us back to struggle, it's still in our veins. We will survive. There's no difference. Matter of fact, let me tell you, you take me in any plane whatsoever, even if I'm sitting on the floor and I land in Kenya, guess what the celebration is gonna be for them to see me? All right? They've missed me. They want me to go and visit, and they want me to go be with them. What celebration do you
Right.
think is going to be? So there's not going to be a different change. It's not like you're taking me to a place where I'm going to be so sad and all that and all that. We endure the struggle. We lived with it. We were born in it. So there's
Yep.
no changes at all.
and they think that their delineation will actually affect any African. We Africans, we delineate from ourselves. You know what I mean? That's
Ourselves.
how,
That's what the
that's
problem.
how
The
that's how
biggest problem they
that's how
don't understand.
they talk about
I said,
delineation.
I was like, I was hearing them saying delineate, and I'm like, what is that? Like separate, and I'm like, that's easy. I can do that right now, right now, and I'll walk past you. I don't even need to talk to you, and I'm good.
They're stupid. They think they're like, yeah, you guys be lynching on us for a very long time now. We're delineating. I'm like, dude,
Do it.
I
Don't even
I
say
mean, my
delineate.
family, they are I left my family back home. They are there, bro. Like, what?
What are you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking
I'm
about
kidding.
delineate? What is that even? What is even that? Are you teaching me some different word, terminology, or what? All right, you know what I need? I need you to show me where I can make some money. I need to show me where I can make some food and all that. That's all I need. And that's all I care about. If you're talking about you and I, we should not talk, guess what? Don't even say it. Don't talk to me. I won't talk to you.
And they like to threaten us with their deportation. What do you immediately an African hops into that deportation flight? They are going immediately they land in Africa. Immediately they land in Africa. They have a plan B. Trust me, they have a plan B, bro. Like they'll a plan B. Trust me, in less than 1 year, you'll find them in China or in Germany.
So let me Cookie, let me say this. You see, when I hear deportation, right? When I hear deportation, I feel the sky. I'm like,
Right.
do you know it was my first time getting in the plane, and then I landed in Dubai, and then I landed in Netherlands, and then I landed in the United States. So
Right.
you don't have no clue that I enjoy the flight in the air. So are you talking about what are you talking about deportation? Like it's gonna be like 1 hour? Because I believe it's gonna take 12 hours from United States to Kenya. So I'm gonna enjoy myself. I don't care.
I do have a friend of mine, bro. I do have a friend of mine. He's in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
He got he got married to this lady in Germany, and apparently once they had a kid, she started giving him. She was a white lady. She started putting him in, giving him shit. So she got him deported back to Guinea. That was like back in I think about 1990 something. It's like 2002 back in the days there. And then the guy got deported, and for her, she thought that was the end of the world, right? The guy got deported, and they went back to Guinea, so he went ground zero, bro.
Okay.
Dude stayed in Guinea, tried it out again, went to China, went to China, stayed China, got deported from China back to Guinea again. You know what I mean? The dude now, ended up trying another shot, bro. Ended up in the Americas, you know what I'm saying? So he's been in America for like almost 30 years now, and he's a citizen, and he owns his own business. He's doing good, has built schools in his homeland, has built apartments, and trust me, bro, he's got his wife back home, and he don't even want her to come. He's like, nah, they're good. Like they don't even need to come over here because like they in fact she's managing my staff and my kids there, so she doesn't even have to come here. And dude makes like, bro, he has a business. A lot of time I would go to his business, and bro, dude would make like on Easy Friday, dude would make like $15,000 easily, bro. And I'm like, and he's like, yeah. And apparently his son that he actually had in Germany with the YT lady, and the YT actually ended up not telling the kid that your dad actually is there. She actually told him like your dad passed away because she didn't want him to know
it's
about the
black.
guy. That was crazy. Yeah. So now and the kid, as he grew up, he ended up posting a picture on Facebook, say, hey, I'm looking for my dad, and people are telling me that this can be my dad. If anybody know this guy, please tell him to reach out to me, bro. He was scrolling on his Facebook. He saw that picture. It's like, this is my picture. And then he saw the account that was posted. He looked. It's like, damn, I
That's my
think this
son.
is my son. Yeah, bro. He went and looked. Yeah, he went and looked in the picture, bro. Damn, and he got a call from his family member that there is a kid that's posted saying that you are the dad. It's like, yeah, that's my son. And then, you know, he ended up reaching out to the kid. Apparently the kid speaks the German language and he speaks English. They can't communicate, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, so now and you know, he was translating on Google and I was there, you know, I'm helping him. Man, the kid, bro, like I was like, God damn, this is crazy. He was very emotional, bro. The guy literally was crying, bro. He's crying. It's like, damn, bro, my son, I haven't seen him for a very long time. And I never knew that he would be looking for me. And
At
bro,
one
you know what
point.
he did? The son was like, Dad, like, and it's like, look, I know I was never in your life. You know what? Tell me anything, I'll buy for you. You know what I mean? And bro, the kid went at the dealership, picked a brand new car, bro. They sent the
That's
invoice.
crazy.
The dude called me and said, bro, you know what? I'm not even hesitating. This is my blood. This is my son. Anything I'll do for him. Bro, we went to the bank. The dude wired $40,000 for him to get the car. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, and it's like, bro, see, I got deported. I went from ground
Mhm.
zero. You know what I mean? It's the reason why it was hard for me to be into my kid's life, but I never gave up.
Right.
And I went
Right.
back and I hustled, and here am I now. Like, this is, look at what I got now. So, and I'm like, man, see, that's the African mentality, bro. Don't
And
think
that's
that once
and that's
you
what
try to crush it,
yeah, and
don't,
that's
don't
why I
think,
say yeah, and that's why I say if you deport black immigrants, it's not a problem to them. They enjoying that. It's like telling you, hey, you only live once. Enjoy while you can.
right. Immediately they land, bro. They have a plan B.
It's gonna be 12 hours on the flight.
What are
All
you
right,
guys
cool.
talking
All
about?
right.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Oh no, we were talking about, you know, what the FPS like to throw in our faces, talking about you're gonna get deported, ICE, you know, we're gonna delineate those words. We were saying that they think that those words can get, you know, Africans scared and panicking now. And I was saying that, you know, you can't get an African scared through deportation and delineate, because we Africans can literally delineate from ourselves. So if we're able to do that, what makes you think that if you delineate, it's like it's going to affect any African? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's vibes there. Everybody's going on what's going on. Trying to get some FPAs up here, man. They slow FPAs. Yeah, so that's what it is, bro. You know, so it's get to the point where um we gotta be able to and I get what Taylor was saying about, you know, don't go into their spaces. I get what he was saying, and I know where he was coming from. So for him, it's like we give them more mileage, right? We boost them, we give them more energy to really talk about Africa when we join on their panels. But we as Africans, we wasn't raised like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can't you
Right.
can't you can't you can't be really crashing down on the continent that we come from, and you expect us to just pass by. That's like, no, that's cowardness. We have to defend our continent. As long as you're not talking about our continent, we're not gonna come and you know, talk about whatever you got going on in your community. We might talk about it, you know, among ourselves, but we're not gonna, like, you know, say it so that you can hear it. You know, we will
Right.
be respectful about it. Yeah.
So
But
I've
you
I've
Hey,
been
you know what I find funny though is when I used to talk to it's been over a year since I've been at FBA Live. I find the funniest thing they would tell me is, "Why are you speaking our language?" And I would think to myself, like, English is not your language. There's what until you can show me a language you've actually created.
Right.
So that was always one they used to say. "Why you're African?" I say, "Yeah, I'm African." And well, why are you speaking English? You're always stealing our stuff. I said, "What?"
Yeah, Nakfa.
So it's
That's
just
the truth.
comical, man. It's
You
just
know,
comedy.
you know,
It's just comedy. I think these people are funny.
right. So, one thing is what someone believed, which I'm always saying the same thing. Like, you'd rather steal my vehicle, my car keys, I mean, my TV, anything, my shoes, my clothes, but do not attempt to steal my identity. My identity is more valuable than any other stuff. You see what I'm saying? So most of the time, and it's for a season, for a period of time, it's TikTok only. All right. And we have come to a point we realize actually in a real life, black immigrants are not stopping black Americans with whatsoever. We don't go, I can see a party, I can be invited by black Americans to go to a party with them and all that, and I will go. Yes, and I will have so much fun, and I will come back home and I'll be like, man, I had so much fun. And I will check on a brother and say, hey bro, what are you doing today? I'm at work, man, right now. You okay, E? Okay, yeah. All right, cool. But there's one thing that I hear them talking all over and over again, that we are against them. But then I ask them a question. Show me in a real life evidence that a black immigrant, you all had your parties, your culture, and they came there and they told you, stop, don't do this, do this way. Just stop. Stop enjoying yourselves. Stop making barbecues. Stop celebrating Thanksgiving. Show me. Because I've lived over 20 years in America, and I've been invited in Thanksgiving in I can tell you on a Thanksgiving, Nakfa, almost over 5 houses to celebrate only Thanksgiving in a day. It's only one day. But almost 5 to 10, between 5 and 10 families inviting me to their homes. And I will go over there and I will enjoy. You ask me what kind of food I ate? Yes, I will even have a to-go food for the next 2, 3, 4 days. All right? And when I get there, there's only one thing that has never happened in the last 20 years. Division. I have been invited. I have enjoyed myself. I have invited them. They've enjoyed themselves when it comes to music, when it comes to food. And most of the time, because you know what? Hey, look, the big numbers here is black Americans versus me. So guess what? They're going to be in the kitchen. They're going to be the ones to cook food. They're going to be the ones to do this. So that way we can celebrate, all of us. And most of the time I cook Kenyan food. If you've tested ugali or sukuma wiki, yes, that's the best food in Kenya. And they can tell you that. So when I cook that, oh yeah, they're enjoying it. But in 2026 on TikTok, it's different. They're talking about, oh, African, black American, black immigrants and all that. I'm like, show me one black immigrant. They went to your culture and they stopped you from doing what you're supposed to do. They don't have it. They're just mumbling, talking, and all that. So it's just a propaganda. It's just like a word to divide. It's like going to court, he or she is talking. The judge is not going to go by he or she say. They're going to go by the facts, by the evidence. And that's all I was asking them. Show me on the video evidentially that this person went to the black community and they stopped them from doing this. Or show me on the video this person go this way to delineate or separate themselves from you. We are here, but we hear many countries in Africa talking about reparation. Leaders are talking about reparation. People are talking about reparation. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're talking about reparation in Africa, about black Americans. But the United States decline it. The government declines reparation. So I'm like, can people see what there's no any beef, any problem between black immigrants and black Americans? It's a question, but they don't show us that evidence. All they
Yeah,
want to
I
talk
usually
is down on us.
when they tell me to go back home, I usually tell them that the place where I was supposed to be building my house, the U.S. military base has occupied that place, so that's why I'm here until they leave that place that they have occupied, so I can go and build my house. And then yeah, I'll go back.
And it's true. They have they have areas over there that is designated for United States. They have U.S. embassy in Kenya that many workers who lives in Kenya, they have their own places, their own houses, they own it. It's not like
Exactly.
it's not like they paying rent or anything. They paying one-time tax. You know, in Kenya we only pay once a year. Maybe it can be $20. They don't understand that. They own it. But we don't go over there to tell them, hey, look, y'all black Americans or y'all Americans, go back to your country. We don't tell them that. We don't tell them that at all. We want them to enjoy themselves, be a part of whatsoever is going on. Enjoy everything that you can see. I can tell you this, Nakfa. I was born in Kenya, raised in Kenya, but guess what? One thing I will tell you, and I will admit to you, I had no money to go see the wildlife, the safari. I have never gone on a safari. Why? Because I cannot afford to go. But any other person who comes from the West, they can go to safari. They can afford it. Why? And you're going to slam me of
I don't like the safari. You know why?
Mhm.
Because it's owned by the Queen Elizabeth, so I don't want to go support that stuff.
Another thing.
doesn't
That's
even
another
belong.
thing too.
Yeah.
It was
The only
made.
reason
It was made for them, and they don't understand. One thing is they're the same people. They went over there and still trying to steal our stuff. I should not be born in Kenya and I'm not able to go on a safari freely. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Why would I pay? Why would I pay you for me to go watch?
And I was
Animals
born
that
in
are
the
actually
same.
my
Yeah.
yeah.
You
What am I
have
paying
50
you for?
states in the United States. You have 50 states and you can go freely with the people. You can go freely in any other state. You can go anywhere you want to go if you choose to or if you can afford to. You're not being stopped. But I was born in the same country and I can go on. I have never gone on a safari. The only place I've been, if I have to tell you, half of my life in Kenya is between Mombasa and Nairobi. Mombasa
Or the,
and Nairobi.
there's people even like that have never forget about Mombasa, Nairobi, bro. Like maybe from Nyali to town. Not even Nyali, like Utange. Mombasa. You know Mombasa well, right? you know, you
Oh
know what
my
I'm talking
goodness.
about? Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah. And when these people they tell us about this, and all that bull crap, we're like, bro, we come from hardship, man. It's hard for you to really, try to like, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Okay, the same question is if I'm gonna ask you the same question, right? So me, as an immigrant, right? You've been in America for 500 years, right? And me coming from Africa, when I came here, you as my black brother, you didn't even have a company that I can come to and work for a black company. You understand? You've been in the country for 400 years that you call in your country, and you don't own any you know any businesses or companies that when your African brothers come, you can welcome them and say, hey, welcome, brother, from another mother. Here is my company. I'm going to hire you, work for me. You understand? Instead, you guys are going and start fighting for the opportunities with the immigrant that just barely got here. I mean, you fighting about all these wrong things, with opportunity, that opportunity. Bro, of course, if you would come to my country, Kenya, and I've been in Kenya for 500 years, I'm not gonna compete with you. Why would I compete with you? Because you are less privileged than me, you know? In fact, I would probably want to guide you and show you ways to like make money, but I'm not gonna try to compete because you can't, because I know the ins and outs of
of
because
Kenya.
I'm born there. Yeah.
Right.
So
So
for
I will
you,
tell you how to save your money so that you can take your money
exactly,
back to America.
exactly, yeah.
And that's
Instead
exactly
of
what we
them,
did.
yeah, instead of them trying to watch pocket, where we're sending money to and where we are spending, who we are spending with, like, nah, it's not like that, bro. Like, you need to help me. Like, instead of asking me, who are you sending money to, you can go, hey, bro, you know what? I know you got family back home. Here's $5,000. I don't know on that what you got right there, because you're my brother.
So Cookie, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. I was in Mombasa,
Yeah, go
right?
ahead, bro.
I was in
Yeah.
Mombasa, and I had a friend, a couple friends, the Black Americans. They talked to me and they said we coming to Kenya, right? And I was in Mombasa, right? And at that time, I never traveled to the United States. So it was through communications, through one of my family members that they know, and they told me that they're coming to Kenya, right? And they told me, hey, look, go ahead and help them out and all that, right? So they came to Kenya, and I met them at they come to Jomo Kenyatta, they got another plane, they landed in Mombasa, right? And I was there with my brother. We went with Matatu, the van, right? And we went and picked them up.
Right.
So when they arrived, and we were laughing because they wanted to tour everywhere, right? And we say, okay, cool. You want to tour everywhere? Okay, so they went to safari with my brother, but in Mombasa, I was there with them, right? And I was informed to tell them, hey, look, don't talk. Don't talk. Let me talk, right? Because they were black, right? They were black. I was like, don't talk. Let me talk,
Because
right?
yep, exactly. You're looking
Because
out for them.
because
Yeah,
they don't.
'cause-
I don't want them to be known that they're
To be-
tourists. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah. They will be a target.
So what I was doing was I was like, hey, look, don't talk. Let me talk, because you know what? You're gonna pay more money
Price
here.
is gonna go up here.
It's
The
gonna
price
go
is
up. So let me do the talking. Let me do the talking. So we went to a place where Mamba Village, Mombasa, right?
Oh yeah,
Even
of
in the
course,
club,
Mamba Village, yeah.
Mamba Village.
Yeah, the
We
club,
went to
yeah, that
Mamba
area, yeah.
Village, and they're behind me. Where I'm like, hey, look, we gotta. So I'm speaking in Swahili, and I'm like, hey, we gotta get in here and stuff like that. Okay, it's gonna be this much and all that and all that. And they paid, right? They paid
right.
because I didn't have the money. They gave me the money. I had them in my pocket before I got off my tattoo, right? So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
paid for
yeah.
everybody. We got in. We started touring the Mamba Village and all that. Everything. They're
Uh-huh.
taking pictures and all that. Now, once we were inside, it
Uh-huh.
was too late. There,
Uh-huh.
now everybody has to have fun and party and all that. So they started
Uh-huh.
talking,
Uh-huh.
and they realized
Uh-huh.
actually this Americans.
Oh, damn, damn.
I'm like, too late. So it was a funny moment. We
Damn.
went to different
Oh.
places. We went to different places. By the time they came here, they sent me some money when I was in Kenya. I was like,
Oh.
because they could have
Damn.
paid, they could have been charged as a tourist if they could have
Oh, yeah.
talked. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, bro. Yeah, they would have paid like 20,000 Kenyan shillings.
I saved them all the money. They said, man, we only spent less than 3,000 for 6 days. I'm like, good. How much you brought? They were like,
All
oh
right.
yeah, we were prepared.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, man.
So they don't understand that. They don't understand how we embrace
operate.
ourselves, our skin tone
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that. They don't understand that. It's
No,
like
they don't.
2026,
They
they
don't.
don't even understand that.
No, for them, I think for them, when you are looking out for them, they probably thought that you don't want like them to like, talk to ladies or something. I think that's probably something they always think about the wrong stuff that you're not even.
Oh no,
you're not even.
they enjoyed themselves
Yeah.
when they came to Mombasa, bro. I'm telling you. And my brother told me, because of my big brother, he told me when they went on a safari,
Uh-huh.
he was talking because he's my big brother. He was talking, and
Yeah.
he's a good talker than me. And they
Okay,
enjoyed
okay.
every hotel,
Cinco.
everything you can name it, for less like
Then-
it's a Kenyan man.
Right.
Everybody was
Oh, yeah,
Kenyan
like
at
the
that
local.
time.
Yeah.
When they-
Yeah. Hey, how much? They should have paid you well because you looked out for them and they saved a lot of money. So.
Oh yeah. Before they left, whatever I know, whatever they gave me, yeah, it was good. It was good.
That's
They
good,
looked up
bro.
on me,
Yeah.
yeah, because it was so much fun. Like, and when you're in Kenya and they
Yeah.
give you whatever they give you, it's way better.
It's a
It
lot.
can
Oh, yeah.
push
Oh,
you
yeah.
to 6 months.
Oh yeah.
So
It's
it was
good
good.
money. Yeah,
That
it
was
was
good.
good money.
It was like, man, we can take all this money back to America. You can have some.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they enjoyed
Yeah.
everything, man. When you go to Mombasa and you drink coconut milk, water,
yeah.
and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that, it was so much
Hey,
fun.
did you take them to Nyali Beach or Pirates?
I took them
Which
to
beach did you
Nyali
take them?
Beach, Diani Beach, and we went to Malindi, and we went to
Malindi,
Fort
oh.
Jesus. Fort Jesus,
Fort
actually,
Jesus,
because of the slavery time and all that. During that time,
Yeah.
the inventions, and they were using Fort Jesus to defend themselves and all that. I took them
Yeah.
through Fort
It's
Jesus.
an historical.
Historical
It's an,
building.
yes.
I took
Yeah.
them. They
Oh,
took
man.
pictures and all that.
That's good, bro. That's good. Yeah. And see, when we do things like this with them, they think that, we are trying to maybe, get something from them, but we're doing it because we know these are our lost brothers, um, that are actually in America that, when they come, we welcome them with open arms, and
And
when you,
when they were
and
coming to Kenya, I was never told that they're gonna pay me. I was not told it was a
okay.
job. I was told that enjoy yourself, take them places and all that. You know what? Show
Right.
them places. It's gonna be okay. That's all I
Right.
was told. So at the
Oh,
end, when we went, we took Matatu and we drove all the way to Jomo Kenyatta. When they were getting their plan to go back to America, that's when they gave me something I didn't even count or whatever, And
Yeah.
going back to Mombasa, turning it in, it was over 6 months of everything I can afford.
Wow. Wow. They looked out for you really good then. They looked out for you, yeah.
Hey,
Oh man.
I'm still in touch
Yeah.
with them. Some of them sometimes they say, "Hey, I'm going to Kenya next year." I'm
Uh,
like, "Okay, cool. My brother's there."
yeah, I hope they're not over there telling you go back to Kenya. You know what I mean? Because
Never. These are the
they're
people
moving
that
different.
they
They're
don't.
moving
That's why
different
I'm saying,
nowadays.
in my experience, I've never had this until I'm joining TikTok and I hear all this BS, and I'm like, "What are you
Hmm.
all talking about?" And that's why Vibes was saying, "Stay." Tether was saying, "Stay away from these." The from these people that they've never been in Africa, they've never been in Kenya. They just want you to tell them, and then they want to use it against you. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah, that's
they're more of content creators. You know how content creators always look for content, and then they go and create content after that. Yeah. Oh man.
yeah. But I like Black Americans. I mean, on TikTok, it's I think it's most of them are paid actors and all that. All right, hey Vibes, you there? Hey Cookie, we're gonna get in touch. Vibes, are you there? Hey Vibe, I'm about to step out. I followed you, and when I come online, it's gonna prompt you online. And thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. Vibes, don't tell me you walk all night. You're sleeping right now.